How would it change your life if you were making on autopilot passive income of an extra $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, even $10,000 a month? How would that change things for you? And what if you could do the work once in the beginning and just make that passive income on autopilot month after month after month for the rest of your life? How would that feel? Okay, that's the possibility of Amazon self-publishing. And that's what this video is about, to show you the possibility of making that kind of recurring income. So, what's possible for you with Amazon KDP, which is Amazon's self-publishing arm? All right, so KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. And like I said, this is Amazon's self-publishing arm. It is free for anyone to publish on Amazon KDP. You don't have to pay them anything to upload a book, to publish a book. And you earn royalties on anytime somebody purchases your book. You earn royalties, and you also get to determine the royalties because you get to pick the price of your book. And the higher you price your book, the larger the amount of royalties is that you make. So what Amazon does is they print the books and they ship the books. They take the money. They handle the customer service. They do all the dirty work, and they pay you a percentage of your book sales. So this means that you don't have to print the books. You don't have to stockpile a room full of books in your house. You don't have to ship them and take them to UPS or the post office or whatever. You don't have to take the money. You don't have to handle any of that stuff. But you get paid a percentage of all your book sales. And there's something else that Amazon does. Amazon puts your book in front of hundreds and thousands, millions of buyers every day, every month. So there are three kinds of books that are considered Amazon KDP books: low content, medium content, and high content. So you can just divide them into those three categories, and it'll help you understand. So low content books have little or no writing inside the book. They have repeated pages, like lines, repeated pages of lines or dots or prompts. And so examples of low content books are journals, planners, workbooks, and notebooks. So let's take a look at some of these kinds of books. Hold on a second. All right, so here is an example of a low content book. This book has a front and back cover, but there is no text at all on the inside. Now, you might have like a little bit of text in the front, but generally low content books have nothing. Sometimes they're blank, sometimes they're dotted. This one is a line journal. So this is a first book that I published on Amazon KDP, and I did it simply because I wanted to experience the publishing process, not because I thought anybody would ever buy this book. So let me show you. Okay, so here's this book on Amazon. So it's I got it for sale. It's a paperback. It's for sale for $5, and I bought it so I'd have a copy, but I don't know if anybody else is going to buy it. It doesn't matter. I didn't produce this book to sell. I produced it to have the experience of uploading a book into Amazon KDP. But let's look at another example. So this is a page of prompted journals. So I put in prompted journal, and let's take a look at these books. So there's Let That SH asterisk T Go, Burn After Writing, From Resolution to Reality, 52-week mental health journal. There's all kinds of journals here. And let's take a look. I'm going to use this tool called KD Spy, and let's just make sure that this is big enough that you can see it. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. So let's make me smaller so I'm not in the way there. Okay, so this is a chart of the way these prompted journals, the top 20 listings, performed. So if we look at the estimated monthly revenue, and I'm going to sort it so that the highest monthly revenue is on top, we see that the first book, the top selling book in this on this page, the Self-Love Workbook for Women, is making an estimated revenue of $41,974. Now that's the total. That's how much Amazon takes in. The percentage that the author gets would be possibly $20,000 or $18,000 or something like that, but that's still an amazing amount. And so you'll see the 5-minute gratitude journal, $15,000, $15,142 a month. So this is amazing. Even there's a book that's down here on the list, it's making $1,668 a month. So even if that only gave you $800 a month or something, wouldn't that possibly change your life? So that's what's possible here with these low content books that could be easy to create, very easy to publish, free to publish, and Amazon puts them in front of your buyers. So, okay, so now let's look at medium content books. So medium content books do have content. They don't have recurring pages. Like every page is not the same. They have different pages, but they're not that long. So one type of medium content book is an activity book for kids or adults. Another kind is coloring books for, again, kids or adults, or joke books for kids or adults, amazing facts books. And so let's take a look at some of those. So we'll go back here to Amazon and let's look at activity books. So I typed in activity books for kids ages 4 through 8. So you can see there's just a whole bunch of different, like dot to dot for kids, brain games and activities, jumbo activity book for kids, road trip activity book. So this is made to take with you on a road trip. Totally awesome mazes and puzzles. Don't these look cool? Okay, let's look at KD Spy and sort by monthly revenue. So my first Learn to Write workbook. So this book is in the top 20, and it's earning the most of all of them. And this one is bringing in an estimated monthly revenue of $118,512. Wow. So that could be $50,000 a month for the author of this book. And this is a workbook on practicing to write. The next one is the Ultimate Puzzle Challenge, bringing in $39,036. Where's Bluey? One of those like, where's, who is that guy? Not Dumbo. You know what I mean. And then my kindergarten workbook, 101 games, silliest hidden puzzles. Look at this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, 11 activity books for kids ages 4 through 8 that are bringing in more than $10,000 a month. Okay, I hope you're getting the idea of what's possible here on, Amazon KDP. This may be a real eye-opener to you if you never had an idea that this kind of thing was possible. Okay, let's look at another type of book. This is the nonfiction medium content. So this kind of book, the nonfiction medium content, is a book that you could make to teach an audience something. Now, again, you could say an activity book fits in this, but I'm looking at a little different category. So a workshop transcript, let's say you are a workshop presenter and you do your workshop, you could take the transcript and turn it into a book. Like each section of your workshop would be a chapter in your book. Hold on a second. have to cough. Okay, sorry about that. Had to have a little coughing fit. Okay, so let's say you have a digital course. Like I have a lot of digital courses. You could take the content of your digital course and turn it into a workbook. And this workbook could be used by somebody who doesn't have your digital course and they just want to go through the content in a book format instead of the course format where they watch videos. Or it could be for the students who bought your digital course and they want the workbook as an added, as extra component to take their learning deeper. And here's the cool thing about this digital course workbook or the workshop transcript. When you sell this to people who haven't been to your workshop or don't have your digital course, you can offer them that in a link somewhere in your book or at the end of your book. So you can increase your sales that way. You could write a short memoir. So that's what I did with my experience of living in a van. So let me show you. I spent the last year experiencing living in my Honda Element, Poppy. Lived in different places. I went different places, and it was part-time. I would say I spent a total of 5 months on the road in the last 11 months. So, that's pretty good. All right. So this is the book that I wrote. And let me get myself smaller so that you can see it. Okay. So it's called Van Life After 60. And if we click on it, so there's the cover I made, and you can go in here and read a sample, which is very cool. Amazon set this up. I didn't have anything to do with it at all. They just take part of the book and put it in there. So you can see that it has, it's interesting that they show color photos. That's very interesting because in the paperback, there's no color photos. They're all black and white. But anyway, that's what it looks like. So maybe that's because we were looking at the Kindle Unlimited. So if you click on the paperback, let's see if the paperback has a, the paperback doesn't have a sample. Oh, it does. It does. But there's the back. And if we click on the read sample in the paperback, let's see what that looks like. Let's go down to the photo. I don't want it to. Well, they didn't get that far down. They didn't show the same pages, but that's okay. So there's my book. And this book, again, I did not write this book as a moneymaker. If I had, I wouldn't have priced it at $4.99 for the paperback and 99 cents for the Kindle version. And you can pay nothing if you have Kindle Unlimited. I did it again because I wanted to experience the writing of a short nonfiction book, the creation of the cover, the uploading it to Amazon. I just wanted the experience of doing all of those things. And so that's why I did it, not to make money. Now, do I want to make money on Amazon KDP? Oh, yes, I do. And I'm sure that I will. However, you have to get decent at something before you can expect big rewards from it. And how do you get good at something? By doing it over and over and over. Just like me making this YouTube video. I am using some new software, Ecamm, that I haven't used a lot. I haven't published training videos like that, teaching videos like that. In my former channel, My Life in a Van, I was, interviewing people in their vans and, showing how I repaired my Honda Element and stuff like that. So this is new. How do I get good at it? By doing it. So I'm doing it. That's what I suggest you do with publishing. So let's go back to the slide here. So what's possible with Amazon KDP self-publishing. So first of all, you can publish multiple books in the same niche. So like, for example, if you were doing joke books for kids, you could do all kinds of different joke books. There could be joke books based on different ages. There could be joke books based on different genres, like joke books. I don't know what, joke books about horses, body sounds and parts, joke books, or I don't know what, obviously I'm not, but there's like knock knock jokes and there's riddles and all kinds of different things you can do. Okay. You can publish a series of books. So, like, for example, if you were in the self-love genre, a lot of people have written books on self-love, like activity books or journals, workbooks. There could be self-love for different ages. There could be self-love books for like self-love for divorced women, or self-love for girls, boys. You can have a series that capitalizes on something. And the series could be, one thing could be a prompted journal, another one could be a coloring book. So that's the way. Another one could be an activity book. So a series can be different types of books, all like based on the same topic. Now, the third category, low content, medium content, is high content. And you're fully familiar with high content books. Those are full length fiction or nonfiction books. Those are, we don't have to show an example of that. Well, here is an example. This is my book. This is the book that I wrote that is not published on Amazon. This took me a year and a half to write it, binge worthy. It is normally a digital format. I got it printed. That's why it's spiral bound. But this is an example of a high content book. And this is an example of a book that I'm not going to write anymore. I'm not going to write any more high content books. It took me way, way, way too long to do this. So let me get back to where I want to tell you. Okay, so my wish for you is that now you have a much more clear understanding of what is Amazon KDP, of the different content types, low, medium, and high content, what's possible as a KDP author. And if this has been helpful for you, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I'd love to see you comment below with your questions and topic requests for future videos. All right, my next video will be a step-by-step tutorial on how to set up your Amazon KDP account. I'll see you there. And as always, I want to leave you with, it is never too late, and you will never be too old to live your precious life. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Talk to you in the next video.